Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to one of our distinction, our FLEXISAF ComDICT-NTI engagements. As you all know, well, first of all, again, you're welcome, and we want to thank you for making out time to attend this event. This event is at the instance of FLEXISAF. FLEXISAF is a premier partner to ComDICT-NTI, and they are also a foremost software company. Long before now, they've been in the background quietly working, making some significant impact, in the education sector. They've worked closely with TED Fund, they've worked closely with NEL Fund, they've worked closely with several tertiary institutions. And they upped the ante during the last ComDICT-NTI conference and supported ComDICT-NTI significantly, further demonstrating their belief in and commitment in the Nigerian tertiary institution space. I won't, there's an agenda, so I'm going to yield the floor to Mr. Faiz Bashir, who is the CEO of FLEXISAF. I'm going to stop sharing so that he can take up the sharing role. Mr. Faiz, just before I drop my screen, I want to confirm that you are ready to share, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Again, yes, I am.
Okay. Again, before you share, as you can see from the agenda, sorry, let me just get there. So there's going to be an about his actual presentation will be an about FLEXISAF. So this is this content is the content of his presentation, but the meeting itself, that is this event has an agenda itself, which I will bring up shortly. But we have done what I will call some preliminary. What we're doing now is the preliminary introductions and welcome. We also have the ComDICT-NTI chairman's address. Chairman, please confirm that you are here. Just let's hear your voice briefly. Okay, so we're supposed to have the chairman ComDICT-NTI's address. That is in the person of Mr. Daniel Yakmut. We will take his address as soon as he's able to join. But again, I've introduced briefly FLEXISAF. I also want to, so I've introduced the CEO in the person of Mr. Faiz Bashir. I want to also introduce the co-moderator of this event, and that's in the person of Mr. Usman. Mr. Usman, let's hear your voice, and if possible, let's see your face.
Hello and good morning, everyone.
Okay, so Mr. Usman is the marketing director of FLEXISAF. I don't know if I've got that properly. So then I also want to introduce, last but not the least, all the DICTs that are in the house. Time will not permit me to call you one by one. And that's why, again, we've requested that ensure that you rename yourself, so that make sure that you have the proper identity. So on this note, I can see the ComDICT-NTI chairman in the house. I want to thank you. So our usual housekeeping notes, please make sure that you are muted, except if you are speaking. We trust that since we are all DICTs, we are all familiar with the environment. So we're going to have briefly in 2 minutes the ComDICT-NTI's address. Then we'll go straight into the first session, which will be the presentation by the CEO of FLEXISAF. Once again, you're welcome. Chairman ComDICT, you have the floor for 2 minutes.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Chairman, we can hear you.
I want to start by appreciating the MD of FLEXISAF for and also want to appreciate all the GICTs that are able to make the meeting. Today is a Saturday, and I was thinking that we will be resting, but thank you for sparing your time and coming. And this is just the beginning of several of such meetings that will be holding between us and FLEXISAF. And just want to inform us that if we have any partner, I want to clearly and categorically state it is FLEXISAF. They were very instrumental for us to have our physical meeting. And I'm going to announce here, even though I've not told my ESCO, that FLEXISAF has agreed to sign an MOU with us for the next 3 years to be supporting us in all our programs. And it becomes very important that we will work with FLEXISAF closely to promote the educational system. They are a homegrown software company, and we are very aware there is also a government policy that says Nigeria first. So if what we are looking for in terms of software is available in FLEXISAF, it becomes an automatic place to go to. So we appreciate FLEXISAF, and we want to tell FLEXISAF that we are committed to moving this relationship forward, even though it could be a bit slow at the very beginning. But I'm very optimistic that we can actually achieve a lot, and very soon, with the support of my GICT, we can be able to deepen this relationship. So I believe after the few statement or after the presentation, GICTs would ask questions, and it will give us a very clear pathway that we will follow to solidify this relationship. So thank you very much, and I wish us a very successful and a wonderful session.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman. We appreciate that input. So the time is 11:30 now. Mr. Faiz, you are taking this first session, and I think we have agreed that for this first session, you have 15 minutes subject to some additional seconds. Am I correct, sir, Mr. Usman?
20.
Okay. That's why I said 15 minutes plus some additional seconds. Don't worry. Yes. So, Mr. Faiz, you have the floor. Please share the screen from your end also. DICTs, please let's let's give attention. Mr. Faiz, you have the floor. Please share the screen from your end.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, excellent. We can see it.
Once again, good morning all. The chairman ComDICT, the SecGen, the ExCos, and all the ICTs present here this morning. We feel very honored and thank you for the warm welcoming and sparing your time this morning, to participate in this webinar. Even though we have limited time, but I must really create time to extend our sincere appreciation to ComDICT. So far, it has been a very, very good engagement, and we appreciate all the warm welcome you've given us and supporting, the vision of FLEXISAF in transforming education using technology. Fortunately, we are in this forum we are all DICTs, and I don't need to overemphasize the role of technology in education today. That is the future. And fortunately, again, I think the government has already recognized this, and the new policies and so on are all in line with this direction. And that's why we felt that one way to continue to drive this is to organize this webinar. And like the chairman Sekjen said, is just one of many, sessions we believe that will come, including more in-depth workshops, summits, and so on. So we believe this is the way to go, and DICT will play a significant role in changing, the narrative of education in Nigeria. We are deeply passionate about this, and we can't wait to, to write the story of these achievements in the front pages of newspapers, based on this engagement. So once again, we appreciate this. And in terms of the content for today's webinar, that's the session where we'll discuss about what we want to share. I'll briefly just talk about FLEXISAF for the benefit of those that might not know more about us briefly. Then we'll talk about distinction courses for lecturers. This is one of the key agenda of today that we are excited about, and we believe, this is something that relates directly with DICTs and lecturers on how to simplify, their work. And of course, we'll talk about learning, redefining learning with distinction.app, look at how this can support blended learning and self-learning as well. And we also talk about distinction for TETFund 2025 intervention, the opportunity to, to drive these initiatives and support our staff and students, through the TETFund intervention. Then we have a program for distinction pilot. We are going to also present and create an earn for lecturers. Some of you might have been aware of the Qzathon. I think there have been questions about what about lecturers? Is it only students that, have such programs? So I'm excited to say that we are going to announce the Create and Earn program for lecturers, and then briefly talk about the upcoming Qzathon 3.0 and scaling impact through cloud and AI with AWS. As you've all seen, this core joint event between FlexServe, ComDICT, and AWS. No, unfortunately, AWS representative is not able to join us today, but we'll still talk about how we've been using AWS to support uh, our initiatives. Some of you might be aware, last week, Wednesday, the AWS Summit was held in Johannesburg, and FlexServe was on the main stage. Now, it's one of the biggest events of AWS, and unfortunately, I couldn't make it physically, but our presentation was well represented. So it was too tight for them, and it's one of the reasons why they are not able to be here today. But I would like to use this opportunity on behalf of AWS to say that they are highly excited about what's going on, and also want to provide their support as much as possible to ComDICT in many of their programs. But I'll leave that for another time when they are able to have this direct discussion with ComDICT. So FlexServe is is an edtech company. We've been around for almost 15 years now and focus on building software for the education sector. When we started, I think one of the key pain point is in terms of school management, computerizing, students' records and so on. So that's one of our flagship product and initiatives. And so far, we work with about 120 tertiary institutions. Even though some of them might not be in this forum, there are monotechnics that are not necessarily under the core institutions under TED Fund and so on. Some are private and all of that. And for primary and secondary school, we work with over 700 of these schools across Nigeria. I think there's no state where that you won't find a school, at least one school that is using our online platform to manage their records. We've grown to over 100 staff at FLEXISAF just to ensure that we continue to innovate and support our customers as much as possible. With one of the largest workforce being engineers, where most of the work is being done from design to development and deployment. Quickly, some of the projects we did, as many of you are aware, we were fortunate to be involved in the NEL project. The student verification system specifically was built by FlexServe, and for the first time, we are able to centralize all the students' records in Nigerian tertiary institution. And once again, we want to extend our appreciation to ComDICT for supporting this. Without you, this might, would have been a very Herculean task and probably not still running as expected. But yeah, we are here today. I believe most DICTs know the role of this system, and we'll continue to support and see how we can even simplify the work further. We are fortunate to also work with NACO some years back when we had a 4-year project to transform, the NACO exams management information system. That's from around 2018 2018, 2019. Some of you that maybe are involved in one way or the other, I'm sure you know the transformation that was done then. Annually, about 2 million students register the different NECO exams from the common entrance, the basic, the internal and external SSCE. We're able to build all this system. And there are many other internal systems that support the NECO operations, and that's what we were able to do. Just to talk more about education management information system, data is very key and important. And, organization and government need to have access to real-time information to make informed decisions. And I'm excited that, the current government is very big on data. At the ministry level, I think they've been emphasized on this a lot. But we've done this important project then in Kaduna for their EMIS, where because when it comes to EMIS, like almost 2 decades ago, UNESCO has already recommended that the best way to have real-time, accurate, up-to-date data is to go closest to the source. Now, most times the challenge is we do kind of manual sensors. Now, that's at the basic level, I mean. You have this EMIS department, maybe after 2, 3 years, they'll go and do sensors. The program will take like 1, 2 years before they even finish these sensors. It's almost an outdated record. So the idea is the record should just come in real time from the source. And that's what we've been able to do here. All the schools use this, just similar. You can think of it like the student verification system, at Nelfon. The schools play an important role and they sync their data in real time. But imagine if we've finished the full synchronization with the school portals. You don't even need to manually upload. So that's the idea. The data is coming directly from the source and it's now centralized with a dashboard that you can see this in real time. This is quite, uh, there's a lot that can be done across the country, but if this model is successfully implemented across, then the issue of data will become, a thing of a past. Attendance is also key in our uh, primary and secondary schools, especially for government. We're also able to deploy this project at Bauchi State Ministry of Education with this mobile Android handheld device that you can, most times the challenge is not just doing these projects, but how to really run them and the cost involved. So with this affordable device, and it's mobile, you can walk around classrooms and teachers can just thumbprint, while they are in their lessons. We deployed this to 204 secondary schools and enrolled over 6,700 teachers. And the ministry has a centralized dashboard, in the ministry to track this in real time. So that's just briefly, not to take too much of our time, but as you are all aware, we we've worked with many tertiary institutions, as I mentioned earlier, providing end-to-end solution from admission to graduation as well. So the next part, which is the distinction courses, like I said, we are very excited about it. Some of you have started trying it and we have got good feedback, areas to improve, and also very positive ones on how they've see it as something that is going to be a game changer. So you know, when systems are deployed mostly, I think the lecturers are mostly forgotten, honestly. You see systems that is related to administration, kind of. And you see maybe some around learning for students, but the core work that lecturers do day to day, I think there hasn't been so much focus or innovation to see how can we, you know, save lecturers' time? How can we uh, make their work easier and seamless? So what some of the things the feedback we've been getting is content development, is usually cumbersome and time consuming. Now that we are promoting technology to deliver and so on, we know that it can't happen by magic. The lecturers have to be involved and they have to do some of these things to make the user of technology seamless. And the second thing is, of course, marking and grading of students is also time consuming. And we believe one of the ways to support lecturers with technology is how can these two major pain points, be solved. And that's the first pain point is where distinction courses come to play. And the whole idea is how can you easily create your own content, right? That will be rich and comprehensive with notes, videos, flashcards, and quizzes. So this is AI powered, and we try to make it very flexible, dynamic, and you can personalize it. One of course, the debate so far now is what's the AI generated content, how is it going to, you know, uh, work with what we are used to and stuff like that. Coincidentally, I just saw one short video today on the social media where things from secondary school students were doing debate on AI. Is it good or not? And she was supporting AI. And one thing I picked that, was made me laugh was she said her opponent that said AI is not good was using AI to get the point to participate in the debate. But anyway, I'm sure for most of us that are already progressive and forward thinking, we know that this thing has come to stay. It's all about how can we leverage it, right? And another example that people talk about is data was used to build this AI. Now that almost every kind of work, people just use AI to get it done. How will our data be like in the future? Does it mean almost all our data going forward will be AI generated and so on? Anyways, no, I'm sure you've participated in many discussions around this, which is not really the focus of the day, but the summary is AI has come to stay and we just need to see how we can use it to support our day-to-day work. So I would like to just play this 1.5 minute video that gives an overview. Please confirm if the audio can hear the audio when I play.
Still juggling PDFs, links, slides, and scattered
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay, thank you.
tools just to
Let me
deliver
fix
what?
that.
Still juggling PDFs, links, slides, and scattered tools just to deliver one course? With distinction, creating a complete course takes just minutes. Your content comes to life with articles, videos, flashcards, and quizzes built for better engagement. Generate with a link, no extra steps. Learners enroll and start immediately. Already use a module or Blackboard? Distinction supports SCORM and integrates seamlessly with your LMS. Whether you're a tutor, lecturer, or institution, create, share, and teach smarter. Start creating now at distinction.app/courses. Distinction Courses, made for creators, loved by learners.
So that was a short introduction on distinction. I would like to use this opportunity to show you a live demo. This is, is live, and many lecturers are already using it and testing and so on. So we'll give you a quick demo and also explain how you can get started. I'll invite Alamin, our Chief Technology Officer, to take us through the demo. Alamin?
Hello?
Yeah.
Thank you, Faiz. Good morning, everyone. I am Alamin, the Chief Technology Officer of FLEXISAF. I'm going to share my screen.
We are seeing your screen already, sir.
I'm trying to stop sharing.
Confirm if you can see my screen.
Is it the one with distinction, introducing distinction?
Yes.
You can see. Yes,
Yes.
I can see.
Yes, we can see.
Thank you. So what I'm going to show you, thank you, Faiz, for the wonderful introduction. Faiz mentioned, the essence of the distinction platform and what the distinction platform can, provide for lecturers and institutions. So I'm going to show us, how you can get started on distinction, how you can generate courses, how you can save courses or download courses that you've created on distinction, so you can upload on your e-learning platforms such as Moodle or Blackboard. So if you see, this is the landing page of distinction. Faiz mentioned distinction is live. People are already creating courses and so on. So you can do that as well. All you need to do is go to distinction.app, as you can see here, right? So, and if you have an account already, you can log in. If you don't have an account, you can click on the get started, for free. So, and what this does is it brings you to the sign up page. So I'm going to quickly sign up, for the benefit of those who are going to sign up for the first time. So this is how you sign up. You enter the email address. You have a referral code. If you don't have any referral code, skip it, enter your phone number. The referral code was used for the Quizathon students. You can refer your colleagues to register. You enter your password. You enter the password again to confirm it. And you check I'm not a robot reCAPTCHA, to ensure it's a human being that is logging into the application, that is signing up. Yes, so I've signed up successfully, and it told me, please check your email. A verification link has been sent to your email. So let me quickly open my email and see the verification link. Okay, it's right here, confirmation email. This is the email I used to sign up. So you click on activate account. You have to do that to verify that the email belongs to you. And then you log in, right? So I have the account I created is alamin+demo@flexisaf.com. And then I log into the account. Something is wrong with the verification. Yes. So you just have to verify. You just have to activate the account. I think I got the verification email twice. Okay, so let's verify. It's insisting that we need to verify. Let's check the email. Do we have confirm? This is the one. So activate. Verification successful. Your email has been verified. Distinction demo. I think that's the account we created. Let's log in. Yes. So our login is successful. What you do next is you select the type of user, right? Because it's the same sign up for student, for lecturers, or just a professional that wants to use the system. So for us, the use case is a lecturer, and the next thing is select the institution, right? So you can see we've populated with almost all the institutions. If there is any concern or the institution is not there, you can skip it, right? So, but let's say I'm from Adamawa State, Wichita. I want to select Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University. Yes, let's say I'm from ATB Ubochi. Submit. So this is the landing page after signing up. You can see it's giving like a summary, right? Courses generated 0, courses enrolled 0, courses completion. This is a platform where you can also use it to learn, right? So what you want to do right now is you want to create a course, and this is the interface. I'm sure almost everyone is familiar with this interface. We use it in ChatGPT and so on and so forth. So here it tells you got something you want to learn or teach. Let's dive in. And you input the topic or title, and get a tailored course designed for it. So this is where we enter the title. We select the duration of the course. Let's say we want to do 5 weeks or 6 weeks course. What's the name? We can say, let's say we want to do general physics, right? Maybe general physics 1. Physics 101. So what this system, I also get to select the curriculum I want to use. Since it's a university, I want to use NUC, the NUC curriculum, right? So it's already added, behind the scenes. So whatever context, whatever content is going to generate, it's not going to generate random content, from all over the world. No, it's going to be confined to the NUC curriculum. The difficulty level is an advanced. I want to do advanced, right? So another thing is I might have my own documents, right? My teaching materials or my course outline that I still want it, to be confined to that teaching material. So let's say this is, I quickly generated this today. Let's say I have general physics, 5-week module, right? So you can see this module introduces fundamental physics, principles of physics, and so on. Week 1, introduction to physics and kinematics, motions in 2 dimensions, Newton's laws of motion, work, energy, and power. So your document can be PDF, can be Word document, can be presentation, whatever you have, whatever you want to use, you can upload. So I've saved that file. It's called General Physics 5-week module. So I can select the course, and the system is going to generate. So this is going to be like a guideline, because you don't want it to be like just going to Coursera and just going to ChatGPT or any AI platform and just generate content. No, you want it, refined to this. If you want, you want generic, you can also generate the generic. You don't want your content. So, but we want to use this. We'll go ahead and generating physics 1, thinking. it has already generated. Well, it has generated the preliminary pages. And you can see, because we chose advanced, we have advanced general physics, right? And there is a description here. It says, welcome to advanced general physics, a rigorous and comprehensive course designed to provide students with a deep understanding of fundamental physics principles. This course is tailored for those pursuing careers in engineering, and so on and so forth. There is learning objectives. Evaluate the practical application of physics principles in engineering technology, conduct experiment and analyze this, you know, all the way. My entire course is being generated. And you can see the progress, right, as it's generating. So the structure is, it creates, I chose 5 weeks. Sometimes it can do this, it can fail. All you need to do is just retry, right? So the structure, each module, since I selected, 6 weeks. So there are 5 modules, and the final module, which is the 6th one, is the revision and the final quiz. So you can see the uh, the first module has finished, and you can see these are lessons, right? Introduction to Newton's first law, exploring Newton's second law, understanding Newton's third law, and so on. And each lesson has lesson items, right? There is an article, there is a video. So it curates a video, relevant video from YouTube, right? And it attaches that video to the lesson as a lesson item. And then you have a quiz, you have a flashcard and a quiz. Almost all our modules are generated, remaining one. One module failed, and we can retry. Retry again. 75%. It's just this module that is stubborn. It's going to generate. It could be network. Let me quickly refresh. Okay, it's still generating. So as you can see, all of this content in about less than 3 minutes, it has generated all of this. You can go to the next module and see what it has generated. The third module, it has generated all of this content. It has generated this, and we're waiting for this so we can view the items, the videos, and all the content that it has generated. We can go ahead and preview, right, as it's generating, right? So, and in preview mode, we're going into the details, right? Like I mentioned, this is the first module. It has 5 lessons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you open any lesson, you're going to have an article, which is on the introduction, right? And you can see the article all the way to the conclusion. The next is there is a video, right, for that article. And this is a curated video from YouTube.
Good. Today, we're learning about Newton's first law of motion. Sir Isaac Newton was a great.
The next is a flashcard, and the flashcard, analyze the implications of Newton's first law. You click, you can see the answer. You go to the next, and so on. And there is a quiz section, right? So each lesson, contains these items. So the student, or the learner would go through the quiz before they proceed, to the next, and so on and so forth. So let's see if everything has finished generating. I think it should finish by now. Okay, let's stop on this guy. So we can still, all the way to the end, you have a final module where there is a revision. Where there is a final, where there is a revision course revision, right? Look at it, it's opened. You can see the entire revision of the course, right? And there are some flashcards, right? There are some more quizzes. There are essay questions, right? Essay questions, applied essay questions with their answers, right? To engage the learner more. And then there is a final quiz section, right? You can see it. So another really important aspect of this is being the edit feature, right? Because the system generated all of this content, using AI, even though you gave it your own document. So you might still want to be able to edit, some of this content. So immediately this module finishes generating, we should be able to edit any content. So, and that is what I want to show you. You can edit content, you can change you can change a video, right? Maybe you've recorded your own video, you want to use it instead of the YouTube video, or maybe even the video that the system curated is not really the one you want in particular. You can easily switch and add a link to a desired video. Just that you have to ensure the license of the video is Creative Commons license, right? It's allowed to share those ones. So few more minutes, there is a glitch while this module stuck. This is the course, right? It's still being generated. You can generate as many as possible, and you can create almost anything. Let's say health and diet. Right, I want to do a quick course on health and diet, just 4 weeks. I don't want it even tied to any curriculum, right? You can quickly go ahead and also create it. It's going to generate that for you. Introduction to nutrition, dietary guidelines and recommendations, popular diets and their sciences, final revision. You can create course on almost anything, your interest, if you have interest in cryptocurrency, if you have interest in, astronomy, science, whatever. Or you can create tailored courses for your students. So let's go back to our initial course. I want to demo how you can edit the course, or you can edit any content generated by the course. I'm just hoping that issue with that one module has completed. I think it stopped there. All right. So I'll be able to demo the editing with this.
Sorry, please, Alamin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, you can continue that. But while that generation is going on, I just want to again acknowledge all DICTs that have joined, in the last 15 minutes. If you were not with us at the beginning, please take note of some of our housekeeping rules. But before I even mention the rules, I just want to especially appreciate DICT. This is the first meeting I've moderated without asking people to turn off their mics, mute, where we have people talking in the background. And I've not moderated few tech meetings. So I think I just want to appreciate DICTs that we have here in that regard. That's the first thing. So thank you very much, DICTs, for making my work very, very easy. I want to say that also this event is broken into three sessions, 3 or 4. There's the first session of presentation, which is ongoing. There will be a short interlude. Then the second session, which will also be presented by FLEXISAF, which will allow them to also, in addition to this product, talk about, what channels, for adoptions exist. Then we're going to have a robust Q&A session, question and answer, where these DICTs can ask questions and so on and so forth. And then we're going to have, of course, the closing. I want to encourage the ICTs to, even before the Q&A session, to begin to put down some of your questions in the chat box. FLEXISAF and ComDICT is looking at that chat box to curate all our questions, so that even beyond this event, we can also get back to DICTs. I also want to announce that this is one of many webinars that will be organized not just with FLEXISAF. FLEXISAF is just one of the trailblazers in the ComDICT-NTI webinar series. ComDICT has identified key areas for webinars, software. This is EdTech tools. We're looking at connectivity, network issues. We're looking at alternative power webinars where DICTs can be properly empowered with knowledge. We're looking at the whole works. We're developing a curriculum, as it were, for our webinar series. So please, even in this webinar, if you have suggestions on areas of focus for subsequent webinars, we welcome your suggestions. Of course, this webinar platform is limited to organizations that are willing to support the tertiary education institution community. So there must be a demonstration of the support of such an organization. Alamin, if once you are ready, let me know so that I can stop this
Yes.
brief
Thank
interview.
you.
Are you ready
Yes,
to
I am
come in
ready. Thank
again?
you. Yes, I am ready. Thank you very much,
Okay,
sir.
so in the last 30 seconds, I'll just wrap up to say that, like I said, ComDICT is looking at additional webinar events, and the purpose of these webinars is to provide knowledge and awareness for DICTs to provide access to technology, and to DICTs, and so on and so forth. So again, I've said, please, let's keep the chat box busy, with your suggestions, and questions. You have the floor, Alamin.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. So if you can see, right, we've generated a complete course, and I'm going to show you editing of the course, right? We've seen the content, we've seen the lessons and the lessons items. So how do we do that? We come to edit course quickly. And once you're here, you'll be able to edit almost anything, right? Because as we saw, the system generated everything by itself, the title of the course, the description, the learning objectives. So if you're not really okay with any, you can edit mastering health and diet updated, for instance, right? And I can click on save. And you can see the title has been edited. If I want to edit the entire description of the course, I don't want it's too long, or I can add, I can do that as well. The learning objectives, I can edit. I can add more learning objectives, new objective. I can add as many as possible, and I can also delete, right? This first one, I want to remove it. It's gone, and I save. So the content itself, right? Looking at the first module, the first lesson, which is Introduction to Nutrition, right? There is the article that has been generated. I want to edit, I can edit the title, I can edit the article itself. How do I do that? This is the article, right? And you can see I have an editor here, right? So all I need to do is, for instance, I want to add a third reference. This is my third reference, and I can submit. So I can also do something like, I can use a prompt, right? Since, AI first, I can say, add, insert 3 questions at the end of the article. At the end of the article, I can do something like this, and I can regenerate, right? And it's working on inserting my Yes, it has done that. And you can see the questions. It has inserted. This was the old one. You can look at it and you can look at the new one, right? And you can see those questions have been inserted. Another cool thing, let's say I want to use this. I can insert equations, formulas. How do I do that? Just click on this. If it's a physics course, or science course, you can easily insert your formulas. Let's say I'm inserting the Newton's law of gravitation, raised to power 2. There is also the gravitation constant, G, right? I can easily do that, right? So you can insert it inline if you want it to be inside text, or you can insert it as a block on its own. I have it. I can do a lot. You can see different types of formulas. I can insert, derivatives. I can integral, sum, products, and all of that. It's very, very flexible. You can edit, you can bold, you can, just like you're using any editor, you can introduce this thing. So it has given you that ultimate flexibility, to edit any type of content the system has generated. If you like it the way it is, excellent. Editing videos too is just as easy, even easier, right? So the system came with this video.
And this is the first video in our Nutrition Essentials video playlist. So in this playlist, I'll be.
So let's say I don't want this video, I want to change it, right? I can easily pick the video, of my choice. I have a better video from YouTube. Yes. So this is the video I'm interested in.
Speak more clearly. Let's do something.
And I can quickly come back to my platform and where is it? This is it. This is the new video. I can say use the link so you can see the video is there already. I will save if this is the video I want. If I want to do my own video that I've created, I've uploaded, I have it on my local system, I can do that as well. So this is a video I pre-recorded. I am uploading it. I don't want to use any YouTube link. You can use any of the popular video platforms, whether Loom, or Google Vid, Vids, you can use it. You can see the video. Hello there. This is the executive summary for the e-learning platform development. As the PM of the e-learning project, I have seen the development of, and I can submit. So in that way, almost everything that the system has generated, you have that, you have the flexibility to, if you're done editing, the idea is the system saves 90 or 99% of the work for you, right? You can
Alamin, I think you have 2 minutes more.
All right, I'm rounding up. So you can see where you can download. Your course is ready and you want to download it, right? So we're downloading this COM format, and from this we can upload it on our SCOM format is ready. We can upload it on Blackboard, right? Or we can upload it on Moodle, right? This is perfect SCOM with everything that you've created. The system has simplified for you. You just go and upload it. We tested this on Moodle. We would like to hear, your own experiments, create courses, upload and see. You can also, if you want to start learning, or if you give students, this is how students would learn, and they would be able to be marking their progress as they move. This article marks as completed. Another really cool thing, that was the video that we edited. You can see the video is now showing. This is right? So we can also finish this video. We can go to the flashcards. You use it, flashcard is a very powerful and modern way of, retaining what you've read, especially the, the key points. We've also integrated AI assistant, right? Because if, for instance, I've generated a lecturer, I've generated everything, and I share the link with the students, as they are studying on their own, they might want to learn more. So you can see the AI assistant, if you click on learn more, this is the question this is the answer I selected, right? So my AI assistant is here to help me, for comprehensive meal plan, this. It will tell me whether I am right or wrong. I can keep chatting with it. I can ask it whatever it is to explain more, to summarize, right? All through the content, right? And you have all that, So that's how the students will interact with it. You publish, and you can have a link, shareable link that you want to share with anyone, right? And there will be students, and you can see the statistics, of anyone taking any course that you've created, because we enrolled ourselves. So you can see the total students. We have one student, right? You can see who has completed the course, the time it has taken them, what module are they on the course, and so on and so forth. So in summary, that's distinction courses, right, for lecturers, where you can come and generate your courses, by just click of a button. You give it the title or the course name. If you have a document that you want to confine the article to, you can upload your document, or you can just select the NUC curriculum or NPTE or NCCE, and the system is going to create structured course, for you, that you can edit and add, whatever you feel is relevant. So thank you. Looking
Thank you
forward
very much,
to getting your
Alamin.
feedback. Yes. So maybe to show quickly, you can give feedback, because if you can start using the system quickly, and you can always, whatever your experience is, this is the way to reach us. We're always looking at this feedback. Whatever challenges you have, whatever feedback, whatever suggestions, you can quickly fill this form. It's just you select your experience, any specific feedback, and that's it, and you submit.
All right. Thank you very, very much. I know Faiz is itching to get back, but before that, you can stop sharing briefly.
All right.
I know Mr. Faiz is itching to get back. You have another slot, don't worry. But just on a lighter note, I want to say that my sister, Dr. Dokoma, this is one of those times I wish I could change names with her, because several people are bearing her name, and the webinar support is going to go to the names here. And I need to negotiate with her that as she gets all this multiple webinar support, we can find a way of splitting the benefits after this webinar. Yes, it's true. So, but of course, that line is also to encourage the ICTs that are using Dr. Dokuma's identity to please try to find a way of editing that identity so that we can know who we are truly noting that has attended this event. Let me just quickly share my screen to bring us up to speed on where we are on this program. This is the large agenda, the overview agenda. We've done welcome and introduction, chairman address. The first session is over. We have a short interlude, which is what I'm taking now, before we go into the second session, after which we'll have a Q&A, and then we'll have, oops, this was not timed, but after the Q&A is maybe a brief presentation on how institutions can take advantage of this solution. FLEXISAF is going to share some of their additional opportunities for participants. There'll be announcements that is from the ComDICT Secretariat. Well, it's part of FLEXISAF, really. That is this thing. Then finally the closing. The estimated time for this whole event from beginning was 87 minutes, 3 minutes less than the 90 minutes earlier published. I want to just again remind us that due to some things, we started this meeting a little bit late, around 11:25, so let's note that as our countdown. Just brief observations based on some of the comments, even though the Q&A has not started. Some people have asked that, okay, this solution seems familiar. We've seen something similar, so note that in your questions so that FLEXISAF can share with us what distinguishes their solution from some that we've seen before. But off my heart, even at the risk of marketing for FLEXISAF, is the efforts that they've made to tie this to regulatory bodies curriculum. Like I saw something about NUC, MBT, and NCC. This is something I want them to really look in, to really elaborate on going forward. Another thing that I've seen that is of interest to me is the ability for integration into Moodle and Blackboard. So I'm already preparing some questions in advance, and I would like DICTs to prepare the questions also. Please, when we get to the Q&A session, I want to please appeal that your questions, try to, you can have what you call contributions, brief contributions also, but everybody has just 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Once it's 30 seconds, I will thank you and ask the next person to speak. So please keep that in mind. Mr. Faiz, are you ready for the second session?
Yes.
Okay, if it is possible, you may take advantage of some of the things you wanted to say in item 7, and item 8, when you are talking about the second session. And I want to encourage that as you take up the second session, you talk about, what target audience this solution, the audience that this solution can target, what benefit is it to DICTs, what benefit is it to director of academic planning, to lecturers, to students, university management? I don't know whether you have some things to talk about in that spectrum. So, Mr. Faiz, you have the next 15 minutes to wrap up your second session. You have the floor.
Okay, thank you.
Stop sharing.
Okay, sorry. So, yeah. The host is not allowing sharing for this meeting. Usman, can you check what's up?
All right. Let me see. We need to just make you.
Usman, you need to make me a
Yes.
co-host.
We need to make you co-host. Usman, you have the
you disconnected and reconnected. I think that's why.
Okay, on it.
Please, DICTs, rename yourselves. I'm still seeing quite a number of my new name because I've decided I may want to. So please rename yourselves, please.
Good. Thank you.
Yes.
Again, thank you, Alamin, for the demo. I think I've started seeing some interesting questions. We'll hopefully be able to go through them. But before then, I would just like to just briefly add on the vision for distinction courses. Really, this is just the tip of the iceberg. As AI continue to advance, I would say it's not up to 10% of what we envision. You can see that so far this is live internally at FLEXA, for example. We have already adopted this as our learning and development tool for our in-house, HR trainings. We've also launched this, for career opportunities, which I'll talk later. Maybe you have some students or some of your relatives that can benefit from these programs and so on. But we've already seen the great potential, and we are automating like video creation, we are automating creation of slides. As you can see, this is also for delivery. And interestingly, I've seen a question on that already. So it can create your slides out of the box that you can use to, deliver your lectures. We are also integrating automated voiceover where you can create your own personalized video with your avatar and your voice. So there's it's an interesting journey, and we look forward to get there. So the second aspect is the learning. You can see how a lecturer can create content and share and be able to track, the how his enrolled learners are doing. So the for the students specifically, some of the challenges usually around personalized learning. We know there are many of these tools that exist today, and so on. But honestly, if we ask in Nigerian setting, especially tertiary institution, can we really say there's a personalized learning platform for our students where I can say this is tracking how I'm doing, maybe for the past 2, 3 years and so on. But we start seeing that, with distinction. Uh, and of course, access to this content in line with curriculum is also another challenge. And that's why from the onset, we focus on, building this platform in line with NUC, NBT and NCCE. So to address, these challenges, distinction.app for students, provides this and tries to personalize education at scale. It enhances the engagement, improves academic performance and makes learning interactive, fun, and rewarding. So some of the existing features is, 247 your study pal that you've seen a brief demo that let me show, which I'll try to show more. You can interact with this and keep learning as long as you want to learn. Then you always get, you won't feel embarrassed that you're asking too many questions or it's not all the time your lecturer is available. So this a very great support. Then the gamification, we'll talk more about the points, and the Qzathon. And of course, the feedback, the real-time feedback you get as you learn. The traction we've seen since last year when we launched this, we not without like direct uh, onboarding of institutions and so on, just reaching out to the students directly. Over 100,000 students have already signed up on this platform, and from across 260 universities, both public and private. More than 5.8 million questions have been answered on this platform, and over 800,000 hours of learning has taken place on distinction.app. So this has been a very positive and encouraging traction for us, and it drives us to keep doing more. And also, like I mentioned, this curriculum aligned, and there's more than 1.3 million questions uh, that is aligned with NUC, NBT, and NCCA, and we are continuously building more. So just to quickly show you the live. What Alamin showed you was the lecturer's part. So this is like a student account, which I'm already logged in, and you have your dashboard. You see your points. We have this 7-day streak just to encourage learning. Every day, we encourage you to practice at least 5 questions. So that's really, going to be impactful if you stick to it. And if you do that for 7 days, you earn 50 points. If I click this, like For example, my own, I have 90 points, and we have different like stages. I'm still on starter. We have those people that are, on other this thing already. This the for my school ranking, ATB Bauchi, we have this student with the highest points. I can check the global ranking. We have Adam with almost 9,000 points. So this is the gamification aspect. As you are learning, you are, you are earning points. You also see like your overall performance, and so on. So these points, what's the benefit of earning points? We want to create utility around this point. The first one we've done is we've started this pilot with ATB Bauchi University of Port Harcourt, where if you have up to 1,000 points, you can go and get a free, rich meal in one of the popular restaurants. We are partnering with these restaurants, and you can just go and redeem your points and have a very solid meal. Food is very important for students. So that's one way, we are looking at that. We will also be able to introduce things like you can use this to purchase maybe some educational materials. As we launch the create and earn for lecturers. For example, if a lecturer has a course that students can subscribe, you can use these points, to subscribe to some of these things. So that's where the this thing of the points come to play. And of course, then like we said, is also for self-learning. So this is not replacing the traditional your LMS kind of is the student can just like you go and to library, open a textbook or go to internet and search and learn. So distinction helps you to do that in a more structured way. You can come and practice, so select the curriculum you want, the course, and like I said, there's more than 1.3 million question already. You can use uh, for each course, you see available number of questions that you want to practice. You keep practicing and it's keeping a track of your performance. Then the student has, his library. This is where you have the flashcards and key points, and you on the flashcard, you can generate any flashcard. You select the from the existing courses, of course, and you can also as well upload. Maybe I have my notes and so on. I want to just revise. You can upload, and generate these flashcards. But this is a sample of, existing flashcard for front-end design and development, and so on. And you have this study pal on almost every page just to help you learn more. You can say, oh, you want explain this topic in simple terms for me. So based on what you are learning, it's going to explain this, and then it can give you even follow-up questions. Sometimes to even know what to ask is difficult. So this is like continuously just engaging you, telling you,
You have 6 minutes more, sir.
okay, so you can ask further and so on. So the same thing with the key points here is more like the flashcards, but just in terms of some quick points, you want to go to. Then you have the like standalone study pal. You can also come here and just best in line with NUC, NBT, and NCC curriculum. So these are some of the features available. Because of time, I will proceed with the other part of the presentation. So the next thing is I will just combine, because of time, the next important item on the agenda, which is distinction for 2025 TED Fund ICT intervention. As you can see, since we launched this year, it's almost We've introduced the subscription plan recently, at a very affordable rate, for students. It's still available freemium. That means you can still do a lot. But if you want to do more, maybe if you want to practice more than 50 questions a day and so on, you have a plan of 1,500 per month. You have 2,500 per month, and so on. I'm sure with the current realities, this is quite, it's not really paying the bills, to put it that way. Any of these activity you see is AI tokens that we are burning. So there's has to be, we are fortunate that we got some support, initial support from AWS. We participated in one of the competitions, got some $10,000 credit and got other credit and so on. But this is fast burning and we are spending a lot monthly. So to support this kind of initiative, there has to be some kind of funding. And we see the TED Fund 2025 ICT intervention as one way to really take this to the next level and onboard many institutions so that both lecturers and students would benefit. And as many of you are aware, in the guidelines, we have the prioritized tools and software solutions to achieve ministerial directive on blended hybrid learning, which is 35% of the intervention. And with distinction, it's really in line to support this. So it further broke down, in the guideline, deployment of approved solutions for lecture delivery, content recording, studio and software stations, and other supporting software. So Distinction is well positioned to provide support for the content development and delivery and blended learning in line with the ministerial directive. So of course there are other things, for that part where maybe the studio aspect, some of the tools or gadgets that might be required. But to scale this, really, we need to do it. It's not like the traditional or build a studio and people have to come and record. You can think of how many people can really come, and do these things. There are now other tools, like what we are integrating in Distinction that will automate and simplify this video creation for you as well. You don't have to be an expert in video editing. You can do these things seamlessly and be able to scale the content development. So we out of that 5%, we budget around 20-25 million to support uh, in the distinction for the third for intervention. And this is just like a template for the BOQ, and we can take this discussion further, after the meeting or during Q&A. But we can include distinction, as a custom distinction, AI e-learning, content development, content delivery, and SCORM content, in our proposal and submission. Okay, so there are other initiatives, but I think I can stop here, right, Chairman Sakjen,
Yes.
before
Yes,
we...
you can. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, I should go ahead.
Yes, please do some introductions on this and we'll talk about that later. But you can
Okay,
go ahead, speak to it. Speak to it.
okay. Because of time, Usman, let me proceed with this, please. So
Okay.
as you can see, from experience, many times we deploy solutions and so on, but the adoption is not really encouraging. And our approach for distinction is different. We want to work very closely with the ICTs and the schools to see how this will really benefit the end users. And that's why we are starting with distinction pilot, starting from within the DICTs with 18 coordinators to work with 3 lecturers from their institutions. So we want to, we'll be able to have total number of 54 lecturers for this pilot, and each lecturer will we'll create a course on distinction, share the course with at least 20 students to enroll, and each student should complete at least 3 modules. With this, really, there will be a lot that we will all learn, right? Both from the development and the usage angle. All the other maybe few challenges, will be observed, and we'll continue to, to iterate and solve them. And we have a budget of 250,000 per school, for this pilot program, just to support it. So, as I mentioned earlier, we we really want to do a lot when it comes to lecturers, and that's why we are introducing the create and earn, just like we've done for QZathon. So the idea here is, while you are using distinction and so on for the initial adoption, and we want to support lecturers to be able to even do that. These things is not that easy. You need to have power, internet, and stuff like that. So, and that's why we are excited to announce the launch of Create and Earn for lecturers, which will officially unveil on the 2nd October of 2025, targeting at least 1,000 lecturers with a total budget of 50 million naira to support, Create and Earn. So we have, just like the pilot, any lecturer that is able to meet up with this requirement will have, support for this. And there will be also like special, prizes for maybe the top creators, right? But this, as our lecturers and so on, it's not, we don't want to make it like a typical competition for students. So every lecturer is, is uh, has the opportunity to participate and get the
Eligible.
support for it, while we recognize, some of the top creators. So more details on this will come up later. So, and just to remind us, QZathon 3.0 is coming up on the 27th of September 2025. Just like you supported us in the National Campus QZathon in collaboration with ComDICT, we also encourage you to share and spread this information to your students, and school in general. There's no time to permit me to talk about the 2.0, but I think in the last ComDICT event, we've seen some of the winners and the prizes that were given. So we have 15 million in prizes up for grabs in this forthcoming QZathon. Okay, I think I'll pause.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to thank you, Mr. Faiz, for, I know if we give you 3 hours, you will you will use it. So thank you for keeping to time. I think you can stop sharing for a minute so that I bring up back the agenda. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've heard from FLEXISAF. We are now approaching the Q&A session. I would like, if you have a question, just raise your hand. We'll give the floor to 10 people to ask questions. Just 10. Just 10. Usman, please, can you note the hands, and let's give people, we'll give people numbers once we, so number 1, Ahmed Issa Shafe. Number 2, I hope it's the real Dr. Odokoma. Number 3, Ahmed from Fusi. Number 4, Ayodele Kupului. Okay, so I have 4 people. So note that, Bashir. Oh, I think, okay, yes. So I still have Dr. Odokoma. So, but before you start asking the question, I want to again amplify what Faiza said. Naturally, I like the idea of the free meals that was given to the students. I'm already thinking of how to make myself a student so that I can get some free meals, in the closest Sheraton branch that is in Ile-Ife here. But I'm hoping that for the instructors and for DICTs, that there will be maybe free Amazon vouchers after performing some activity. Maybe in subsequent webinars, there will be something like that. Then for my big brother, Issa Chafe, there will be a free ticket to Dubai. Of course, he must complete,
That's wonderful.
he must complete the modules. It will not be for free.
I will follow that up with you.
But I think one key thing is to amplify again that one of the things that we'll discuss extensively with FLEXISAF is that all these incentives are not just, they are not inducements, as it were, but they are legitimate reward, tokens, and you can see how it's properly channeled, to support education, to support learners, to support students, to support DICTs. And really, and I also want to say that the pilot is for first some 18 institutions, as it were, to start. I suspect that 18 may not, we may have more interest because we're looking at, we've identified some 18, but if you feel that you've not been captured in that 18, we also want to give a limited window for maybe some additional interested institutions and DICTs. Please drop your interest in the chat box also. If you want to participate in that pilot program, you can drop your interest there so that we can see how that opportunity can be extended beyond 18 institutions also. Additional information will be provided on the ComDICT platforms. Okay, I'm going back to, has there been any additional hand beyond the 4 people that we have? Okay, so I think we've got Issa Shafe, Ahmed from Fuse, Odokoma, Ayo Kupolui. Then the last person that we have is Mohammed Garba, from I think that should be, is that Kaduna State University of Science?
No, Aleru, Kebbi State.
Okay, Kebbi State. Okay, fine. So we have 5 people. Thank you. Please remember, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Don't thank what's the name? Don't thank FLEXISAF. They already know that you. So reduce your time. So Issa Shafe,
yes. Thank you very much. But all the same, I must congratulate ComDICT for this wonderful opportunity for us to really have this wonderful interaction. And secondly, I think distinction is far, far beyond what I imagined it was really going to be. And I think it's high time we find a way to bring it into our educational system. Let me also say that since there is no much time, let me try to summarize. There is a need for a lot of capacity, awareness, sensitization, and awareness on a lot of the things that are to be done in the tertiary institution. Lack of sensitization and awareness can easily kill a program. All these things that we are talking about, I think ComDICT and FLEXISAF should really come in together and see how it can be improved. Secondly, the issue of distinction. The idea of distinction is, if we really are going to support it, we have to find a way to bring it into the 2025 ICT intervention. And section 2, where we support the ministerial directives, is probably where it should be. We should look at the lecture capture studio and then add distinction in there. Lecture capture studio without content is nothing. But now if we have lecture capture studio and we have the contents, then we are good to go. ComDICT should support directors of ICT to identify what a typical lecture capture studio should be and how it can now be integrated with distinction. Having said this, I still have some other recommendations that I think I need to make to FLEXISAF. There are so many things that can be done, and I think if FLEXISAF can really bring them on board, maybe if there is no time, I can type this and send them across. But I think yes, I think institutional capacity building to address the near zero capacity that we have in our institution is very important. But there should be a structure in place. FLEXISAF should start looking at how they can come up with structures that will really help us to develop this. For instance, we can have a backbone for blended
5
learning.
seconds more.
Okay, fine and good. Thank you very much. But I think I have so many things that I need to do. There
Yes,
is a need for
you
synergy between
document it.
FLEXISAF, Ministry of Education, NUC, MBT,
yes.
NCC, and the rest of them to ensure that these things are achieved. And
Okay,
I want to propose capacity building, like I said earlier on, and should be maybe FLEXISAF should be looking at a national blended learning toolkit that can be developed to guide institutions on policies, pedagogy, and infrastructure to staff roles, because the capacity is not there right now. Just give me 2 minutes, please.
No, not 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes. If we have time, we'll bring you back.
Just offer faculty certification courses in blended learning, please. Pedagogy, LMS, introduction, using the Amazon AWS. It's an excellent platform that you can do. That is a very good incentive for them. And AI-driven analytics, zero-rated data partnership with telecoms will also help institutions to go a long way in adopting this. So establish National Digital Content Development Center and get support from TEDPON and all the other. The National Digital Content Development Center is extremely crucial. And there are many others that I would love, if given the opportunity, I will compose them.
You will have the opportunity towards, at the end of this, we'll squeeze out time for you at the end of
Thank you very much.
I think you will agree with me that the Ministry of Education needs a special technical advisor. And I already have a name on my list. So thank you very much, Ahmed Issa Shafi, for that very insightful contribution. Next is Ahmed from FUSI. You have the floor. 45 seconds.
Yes. Yeah, my question is very straightforward. Thank you for the demo. We would like to know more about how the platform ensures trust and responsible AI use, covering transparency,
thank you very much.
Data protection, and as well as support for local content, cultural sensitivity, syllabus alignment, and possible integration with indigenous material. Thank you so much.
Possible what?
Integration with indigenous materials.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for that. Please again note that you can still drop questions in the chat. Because some of these questions, I believe many people have a lot of important questions that we may not be able to take. Thank you. Dr. Odokoma, either original or you have the floor. The person raising up the hand. Dr. Odokoma, the one raising up the hand. You have the floor. Okay. Don't worry, man. I know your voice, but
the person raising your hand. Dr. Dokuma. It's not me. We need to give this person again for them to change their display name. Even though I have individually sent messages.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We understand. But so let's move to Ayo Kupolui, DICT. I'm giving you 60 seconds because I know you will take 1 hour.
Because
I'm only giving you 60 seconds.
1 hour. No.
I
give you 60 seconds.
It's okay. And you're already spending part of the 60 seconds.
And that is not fair.
That is not fair. You only gave me 30 and you are giving Ayo 60.
Because he knows that Shafi, don't worry, because you know that you can say so much within the short
50 seconds more.
Now,
50 seconds more.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, what I want to ask is this. This distinction, is it LMS or just content creation? We need to know, because already we have the issue of Blackboard, the model is there. And if this one is homegrown, it's Nigerian made, we must need to project it and promote it. This is what I can run for. Now, but if it's not doing LMS, how does it integrate with LMS? Then also, if it's just a content creation,
nice question.
If just a content creation and in all this studio something, how do we now merge it together with what we have and with what the minister is crusading? I think we need to, I'm looking at, because I'm so interested, because the first thing that interests me, because it is Nigerian made. We need to start selling ourselves and doing things for ourselves, even if we're not getting it perfectly right 100%. We must encourage us to do it our own way and also continue to get it right. So I'm not interested in foreign solutions, because the local solution knows our social psychology and know what obtains in the educational system. So please let us know, is this a distinction? Does it have elements in it? If it has, how do we now try to bring it up with the minister, with the people, so that this is what we want? Drop blackboard, drop a whiteboard. This is Nigeria context. So that's
-10 seconds.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Always very, very engaging. Thank you, Mr. DICT Okupolui. All right, Mohammed Garba, you have the floor.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Chairman. My one is an observation. Actually, I don't know whether it is my eyes didn't spot. There is need for incorporation of a feedback section, so that at least as we use the system, we can share our experience with the company or the service providers. Similarly, I don't know, I believe all the interactions we have had with the system will be gathered into their data bank, or we call it repository. Yes. So, but when they come to analyze as well, the feedback, the individual feedback we provided, we also help in order to help the system, to help the company.
Just tell these guys, just retain
blend their future version. Secondly, sir, there is need also to incorporate the DAPs, Directors of Academic Planning, in the next meeting, because they are the overseers of the academic programs, quality, policies, curriculum, in order to ensure it aligns with the institution's mission, as well as to ensure it goes in line with the guideline of the accreditation or the regulatory bodies. So they should be included in the next meeting if there is any. This is my two observations.
Thank you very much for that. I'm sure FLEXISAF is taking notes. And so we had one more person that showed interest, and that is DICT Opomo Bethel. You have the floor. Dr. Abonoko, I'll keep you on standby in case we have a slot. DICT Opomo Bethel, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes,
my name is DICT Bethel Opomo from Federal Polytechnic Ekewe, Bayelsa State. Sir, I wanted to find out concerning the the editing aspect of the distinction app, because I was actually logging in and logging out, so I saw the beautiful aspect where it was doing editing of the materials, where the materials were generated within, I think, 2 to 3 minutes, and there was video content and word content, PDF content, so, and where it was editing, and also I saw how a video content from YouTube was generated, and I believe that you can also edit your own personal content that you have already recorded.
Correct.
By removing the YouTube and put your own personal. What I want to ask is, most of those courses we take in Coursera, Udemy, they have what they call virtual labs, virtual laboratories. So I want to find out, how do we, can the system build a virtual lab, or is how do we incorporate a virtual lab into this this self-generated courses?
Platform. Thank you very much.
Something that can have simulations, that can give better explanations.
Thank you very much.
In computing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, DICT from Opomo Bethel. FLEXISAF, that's for me, that's a challenge. He's mentioned virtual labs, some of these experiments, how can they be virtualized? Then he mentioned simulations. Thank you for that contribution. And finally, Dr. Boloko, in this case, I just give you 30 seconds. And that's the last speaker. You have the floor, sir, Dr. Boloko. Again, dear cities, thank you so much. We
my
are rounding
distinguished
up.
colleagues.
Dr. Boloko, you have the
So
floor.
yes, one issue, one concern I wanted to raise is just what the last speaker raised. For FLEXISAF to include a simulator that will help students do practicals on their own without going to the lab or even to add to what they learn from the lab. That is number one. Secondly, the pilot program that is coming up very soon. So I want to know the audience strength, student strength, and probably that of the lecturers. If it's something we can increase in case there is more demand from our institution.
Okay. Thank you very much. FLEXISAF, please
thank you.
take note. So, thank you. So, on that note, FLEXISAF, you have just about 5 minutes to address the questions. You can combine it so that it's a robust, what's it called, response.
Okay.
Who is taking it from your end?
Thank you, Sergeant.
Okay. Do you want to share screen to answer? You just have 5 minutes, so I think you should just speak freely without needing to share any presentation.
Yeah, I have some of the notes here. So thank you all for this wonderful feedback and important questions. I'll take some of the ones I got. If I miss any, Usman will come in as well. Starting with the feedback on training and sensitization and so on. I think this is very important, and like the director has suggested, we will try to create structure around this and maybe work more closely with ComDICT to have a structure for this. But in the pilots we are doing and so on, it's all in line with this. So it's going to give us opportunity to interact more, to support and so on, and create more sensitization. But as you said, I agree, it's good to have more structure around this and see how we can make it impactful. Then the question around, responsible AI, and the indigenous content and so on. Yes, this is very important, and fortunately, it's a big topic around the world, and many of the models already have some support around this, and we are also in our own system as well. We are already including things like that. And you may notice maybe when you try to create some courses, I'm sure you'll notice some of the things might not be accepted if it finds there are some, unethical stuff or things that have to do with, security and stuff like that. But it's something we'll continue to pay attention and have standards on how to ensure, that it's responsible and ethical and safe. In terms of indigenous, like you've seen, you can really customize this as much as possible. You can upload your own, just maybe the curriculum, your course outline. If you have a full-blown note, you can upload it, and so on. And the whole platform, like we've said, we use the most recent curriculums from NUC, NBT, and NC in generating the questions. And I think there's a question around, how to work with the NUC and so on. So we are also working with NUC already to review this and have formal accreditation on the content. The same thing with NCC and NBT. So we have done a lot, but of course we need the body to also certify, these things, and where there are some discrepancy or issues, we'll use that opportunity to fix it, and that might hopefully, unlike, the chairman, and secretary have mentioned, there's a lot really we will do with ComDICT, and when this is being accepted and adopted, you realize it requires a lot of work, and we can partner with ComDICT and get, people that will support in even doing the QA, and so on and so forth. Some of you guys have already participated in the initial content development here. We used your own expertise and experience to really get some of these things done. So we continue to do that. There was an important question around whether it's distinction and LMS platform. That's something dicey I don't want to comment a lot about. But as you can see, we distinction is also for professional courses. We are launching before the end of the year, we are launching 1,000, courses that will support uh, job and so on and so forth. Currently, we have the Distinction Academy that we launched. Maybe I'll use this opportunity.
5 minutes, sir. You have 5 minutes. That will come up another day. Yes.
I'll use this opportunity to introduce this. You can see, and this is what I'm saying. You can introduce this to maybe your students or your children and so on to participate. We've launched Distinction Academy for Soft Skills, and we've started with these 10 courses: effective communication in the workplace, emotional intelligence. Being in the private sector, we realize, most time what companies are looking for is not just the technical. These soft skills are very important, especially now with, flexible remote work and so on. And thus, we've launched this to final year students and graduates. And we have 1 million naira also for this, for the top learners. We already have very interesting, uh, students that are taking this, and there will be free mentorship at FLEXISAF. And the best, the top learners will have opportunity for immediate employment, at FLEXISAF. So I'm trying to answer this question that apart from this, so it supports like learning management where people can enroll and you can track their progress, you can interact and so on. But for now, our focus is on the content delivery. We have the Blackboard and things in the pipeline that it needs to be, intact at the moment. So for now, it's just we want to support that, right? Simplify the content development and so on. I'm sure ComDICT can take this discussion further, but without government support, there's little you can do. So we need to find a way to just make this thing work and
1 minute
things
more,
together. Yeah, so for merging with Blackboard, like you've seen, this can be downloaded as COM and you can upload it, but we can go further to really see how to even, I know Moodle has APIs that we can even simplify the integration. Feedback system, it already exists. When you go to the courses, you will see that there's a feedback. Sorry. Yeah, so here you can click here and you can provide feedback,
Actually, you are thinking we can see your screen, but we can't.
Honestly, we can't see your screen. True.
We can see the screen for the questions, but we can't see the other screen, which is good anyway, because you don't have so much time.
Okay, no problem.
But the beautiful thing, sorry, Mr. Fai, the beautiful thing because I remember Alamin mentioned the feedback.
Yes.
So the beautiful thing is that this session is recorded, and it's unlike other events where when we have meetings with other people, they don't give us the recording. This recording will be made available on the ComDICT platform. So please don't worry about it. It will be recorded. It will be provided. Yes, Chairman, you are recognized, but hold on. I want Mr. Faiz to finish. Yes, go on, Mr. Faiz.
Yes.
I think you have 10 seconds more.
You can see the screen now, right?
Correct, we can.
So this is the feedback form. You can just click here.
Yes, thank you.
And provide feedback.
Thank
this
you very
was
much.
the last page I demoed for the Distinction Academy, the soft skills. So you can just go to dashboard.decision.app/academy and you see this.
Thank you very much.
Then for the editing too, I think there's an important question around that. I think maybe because of time, we can. I think the person wants to see how he can do the editing.
Yes,
it's available. And for virtualization, or simulation, that, like I said, is tip of the iceberg, really. But just like you mentioned, especially for the ICT courses, we are already integrating Cloud ID and Jupyter Notebook. These now the popular, and virtual lab that you can test this thing. So you can create content and say, oh, you want this type of lab and integrate it with your course. And of course, the pilot, something around pilot.
Maybe that was the question in the chat.
Of people, yeah, we just need people that are committed and maybe computer savvy. For the students, you can actually share it to all your students today to start using Distinction. If you have 100 students, you can share, but we just put like minimum of 20, just if it's not easy to scale now, but you can share to all your students if it's.
I think we'll provide further information on that later, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Faiz. Again, I'm coming, Chairman, again, to remind participants, we thank you. We are rounding up we'll close this meeting in the next 10 minutes. To remind our participants that this meeting is recorded. You have it. I think I want to just, based on popular demand, FLEXISAF, please look at how we can provide some demo accounts which I think is given to all the ICTs participating in this event so that they can even navigate and have a feel of the distinction environment, And I also think that just to respond to that question about whether distinction is an LMS, the chairman will speak more on this, but as far as ComDICT is concerned, distinction is not being pitched as an LMS to replace maybe Blackboard or Moodle, no. But it is a very, very useful tool that will enhance, whatever initiatives that, what's it called, maybe TED Fund is providing. Chairman will say one or two things on that also. But it's obvious that this kind of tool is a game changer, in the e-learning and blended learning environment. So thank you very much. I also want to quickly announce, as part of our transparency policy, that Distinction is providing a data support to the tune of 20,000 Naira to every participant to support, your data inconvenience, and some other incidentals. This will be shared. Every participant that has spent at least 30 minutes in the meeting will receive this subvention. Thank you very much. Chairman, 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I want to appreciate Faiz and his team. And just as I said earlier at the beginning, I'm quite sure the ICTs that have stayed up to this point, bearing any challenges, will agree with me that it was a worthwhile session. And the things I want to add, and I just want to be straight here, there's no what we are thinking is that DICT should look at how distinction will be ported into their learning management system, both the Blackboard and Moodle, whichever one you want. And then we can use the 35%.
Exactly.
We can use the 35% of our 2025 to do that. We will discuss with FLEXISAF, and they will give us the cost of what that integration will mean. So I think we will also work with FLEXISAF to actually ensure we keep this engine of aside the other plans that FLEXISAF have for distinction. We will keep that engine of cost generation, and even if it is that particular portion of the distinction that will be putting into, which is very critical, because I see it as a win-win portion of distinction that we can rapidly deploy. The way I have seen what has happened today, I think we may call for a technical session going forward, and very soon for that matter. But I think what we have had, if anybody wants any documentation, we'll talk with FLEXISAF to provide in terms of assisting DICTs to make a case in terms of the AIP request they will be making subsequently. And if you haven't done that, even if you have made a submission earlier to NIDA for, when it comes back, we'll be talking also at the end of at TEDFund level 2 that they will help tinker or help you rework your proposal to be able to capture. But the truth is that this is an application that will help us generate our own local content. Exactly. So I see this thing working, and we're going to discuss with the ComDICT ESCO. We are going to work out proposals, and I just want to tell FLEXISAF that as you look at the engagement with NUC, see us as partners who have already understand this thing. So once in a while, we can join your team in this discussion with NUC, so that NUC will see that there's acceptance even right from the inside. So it's not as if you people are talking about anything strange. So thank you, everyone. Once again, I'm also appreciating you, just like the secretary has done, and we will continue to engage ourselves. Very soon, the secretary will come out with the timetable of webinars and the group of people that are likely to work with us, but we will also be doing our internal webinars. So thank you very much, and have a blessed day.
So just before we leave, the chairman has closed the meeting officially. So, but just to again reiterate what the chairman has said, we will need to get FLEXISAF to do maybe it won't have an audience to do a recording because it seems that DICTs want more information, are interested in some of the features of distinction, which I think is fantastic. So please, we'll discuss with you and we'll get back to DICTs on that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I think based on this, if you will agree with me that we've covered everything on our agenda. We'll provide more information with respect to the pilot, that is being proposed, and I think on this note, final word from FLEXISAF.
Yeah, thank you, John. Thank you, John, everyone. Before I give a vote of thanks, I think we need to expand the pilot. I've seen a lot of interest. And
don't worry. We'll take that up after this meeting.
Okay.
But I think that statement is reassuring. Thank you.
Yes, so we work with ComDICT on that. But on a final note, we sincerely send our appreciation, for your time, all the feedback and important questions. I'm sure the CTO, Usman, and everyone, they are immediately after this, they'll get back to work. We don't have weekend at FLEXISAF, but with this kind of encouragement, it keeps us going. And honestly and truly, like I said, we want this to be a game changer. It's not the typical projects we are used to, we are all in this space. We know some of the challenges, and with your support, the sky is the limit. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, so on this note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time. The time is 1:25. We spent for those that joined on time, almost 2.5 hours. We appreciate your time. Have a wonderful, please, the meeting will still be open for about 5 minutes after we officially close to allow people to still drop some of their chats in the chat box for people that want to read the chat box and so on and so forth. But on this note, officially, by 1:26 p.m., this webinar is closed. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, SG. Yeah.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you,
Sir.
thank you, and
Well
thank
done.
you.
Thank
Thank you very much, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night
Thank
and good
you, thank you,
afternoon.
thank you.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Happy weekend.
It was
Thank
very
you.
Happy
nice
weekend to all of you.
presentation.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
From
very
Ekiti
much.
State Poly.
Please
Thank you.
remember to make sure you register, so that we can cross-match your attendance with your registration. Thank you. We will need to find ways of collecting your bank details later once we sort out the attendance list. Once we sanitize the attendance list, we'll get back to you on how to transfer the 20,000 to all attendees. Thank you. DICT Saratu.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Well done.
Thank you.
DICT Ekiti State Polytechnic.
Yeah,
How was your journey yesterday? How was your
Yeah.
journey yesterday?
It was very fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Congrats, Secretary General.
DICT Ayo, they are greeting you.
Longest time.
Why are you
We didn't see him now. We didn't see him yesterday, day before yesterday and yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't talk.
Kilo day.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, DICT ABU Zaria, I saw you briefly.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, DICT Vice Chair, thank you very much. DICT Ben Usman. DICT Dr. Jerome, thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, DICT, let me be calling. Yeah, DICT Mohammed Geji, well done.
Thank you.
DICT Afit, DICT JS.
Good afternoon, sir.
Where is that, sir?
DICT Adamawa State Polytechnic.
Adamawa State Polytechnic, you are recognized.
My guy.
From ATB Bauchi.
DICT ATB Bauchi, you are recognized.
DICT Usman University, Sokoto.
DICT Usman Dafodi, you mean you are here? You are recognized.
DICT
Akwanga, DICT Akwanga. What's the institution in Akwanga?
College of Education, Akwanga.
College of Education, Akwanga, you are recognized. DICT Federal College of Education, you are recognized.
Sorry, sir, I have to leave. We talk later.
Yes. No, the meeting
Good afternoon, sir. DICT from FCEO.
FCEO, you are recognized. The meeting is
College
closed.
of Education Z.
Please, we need more clarification on the distinction app.
Oh, yes, we will provide that. Who is speaking?
Mariam Abdullahi Musa from ATB Bauchi.
Okay, fine. Thank you, ATB Bauchi. We will provide that. Oh, Federal College of Technical Oyo, you are recognized.
Federal College of Education Asaba.
Federal College of Education Asaba, you are recognized.
College of Education Zim.
College of Education Zim, you are recognized.
Thank you for that.
Federal College of Education Technical Bichi.
Federal College of Education Technical Bichi, you are recognized. Federal recognized. Please make sure you put your correct name on your Zoom this thing. And make sure you register so that we can cross-match your name with the registration. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate your time. You know, it's easy to commit 2 hours on a Saturday to an event like this. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the chat. FLEXISAF, please take note of the chat. Save the chat. Save the attendance so that we've got everything. Yes. So please, let's take note of all this so that we can take this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this meeting will be shut down in the next 2 minutes.
Matabi.
In the next 2 minutes, we'll shut the meeting down. So thank you very much. In another 1 minute, Mr. Usman of FLEXISAF, are you on standby?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that we can close the meeting officially.
Yeah.
Then I think we should just have a brief meeting. Myself, yourself, and maybe Mr. Faiz.
All right.
After this, to do some
back of the car.
Yes, we can have
that meeting on
you can
WhatsApp.
call us on WhatsApp, sir.
Yes, please, you do that. You know,
okay.
Just add myself and Mr. Faiz. All right. On this note, I think you can close the meeting now. Please make sure you save the chat and the attendance has agreed.
Sure.
No talk of charging the bill in the dark.
You can close the meeting.
Okay.
Oh.